Hey girlies, it's Tammy. I'm back at you with a new video. I know it's been forever and I'm not even gonna bore you with excuses. I'm back with this tutorial on how to get this look. I did use mainly the Too Faced chocolate bar for this look. I am so late on jumping on this bandwagon, guys, so late. But I recently got the chocolate bar. Yeah, so far I'm loving it. And look what happened in the tutorial. My nail got caught. I don't know if you can see that, and it chopped up the shadow. But apart from that, I'm loving my chocolate bar palette. It's so versatile and you could literally use it for day looks, night looks, anytime looks. So I used it for this look here today. I did add a bit of sparkle. I added matte glitter in Goldrift on the inner part of my eye just to add a bit of sparkle. You could always just leave it without the glitter. I hope you like the look and I hope you do enjoy the tutorial. Just a quick little side note, this thing glowing on the side of my cheek is Jaclyn Hill, so I jumped on the bandwagon and got the Becca Champagne Pop. It is just too gorgeous not to get, guys, and it does work for darker ladies like myself. And my neutral lip that I went with today is kind of what I've been throwing on every day recently. Like, I've used the lipstick up, as you can see, it's like near the bottom. But this is MAC Cherish mixed with Jordana Easy Liner for Lips in Terra Kiss. It's stunning. It's just so neutral peachy. I love neutral peach. This is a long intro, so I'm just going to get you into the tutorial. I hope you enjoy and give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye. Okay girlies, first I'm going to go in with a bit of moisturizer, and then I'm going to use a primer. I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Smoothing Primer. I also have the matte primer, which is in this dark grey packaging, but I didn't want a matte look today, so I'm just going to use the smoothing primer where my pores are, where I get lines, you know, where the makeup can sink into the face. Then I'm going to be taking my Tarte 12-Hour Clay foundation and this sleek Glisten Me in Goddess. The Tarte foundation is in the shade Deep, and I'm just gonna put that onto my face using this huge Real Techniques brush. I can't remember what the brush is called, but it is so big. It just gets the job done so fast and so easily. So I'm just putting the foundation and the golden illuminator all over my face by Sleek. Then I'm just using my Real Techniques sponge and pressing that foundation into the skin so it doesn't just sit on the skin. Oh, and now I'm taking my favorite concealer at the moment. This concealer is the Urban Decay Weightless concealer, I think it's called, and my shade is Dark Neutral. It's the darkest shade they have, which as you can see is not that dark, but it's just so lightweight, guys. You barely feel like you have anything on your face. I think that's why I'm putting on, you know, quite a lot, but it doesn't feel like a lot. Trust me, it doesn't look like a lot. It just looks like your skin once it's all blended in. So I'm going to use my sponge, which I love to blend in foundation and concealer and all of that. It just gives it such a skin-like fresh look. So I'm just blending that all in with the sponge. So for a little bit of extra highlight, I'm going to be using this MAC Prolongwear concealer in the shade NC35, I think it is, and I'm going to be using the Sacha Buttercup powder and Nye Banana Powder and Nye Neutral Powder, a tiny drop of each, and putting that to set my under eye highlight, my forehead, anywhere I put the Weightless concealer. So now I'm going to go in using my ABH Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit. This is the cream one, and I'm going to be using this to contour my face, that shade right there. I do like using a geofiber brush for this just because I feel like it blends out the best or applies the most pigmented. So this is just preference. Obviously you can use whatever brush you're used to using, or you can try using this brush for your contour and see how it works out for you. But as you can see, I'm just carving out the outside of my face, trying to give my face some color back, so I don't look so washed out and pale. Trying to give it that sun-kissed, you know, definitely slim down the face as well. But this is how I contour. And then I'm just going to buff out the edges of that contour with my foundation brush. brush. This is the Real Techniques fat brush that I used before. I have no idea what it's called. I will list it below once I do find out. And then I'm going to be setting my face with a tiny bit of MAC's Fix Plus, is it Fix Plus powder? Studio Fix powder, something like that. And then I'm just going to brush off any excess banana powder, Sacha Buttercup powder and Neutral Set Powder. I'm just going to wipe off any excess powder and blend all of the edges together. Now I'm moving on to eyebrows, and just like that, they are done. And now I'm going to be using this Jordana 12-hour made to last eyeshadow base, and this is in the shade 04 Continuous Almond. So I'm just going to place this all over my eyelid up to my crease area. Then I'm going to take a kabuki brush, one of those small eye brushes, but it's very densely packed, so it's easier to blend out, you know, this eyeshadow base because it is quite thick. I'm going to be going into the main palette we're going to be using today and taking this transition shade. It is called Salted Caramel. It's kind of just like a neutral peachy brown that you can use for a transition color, and I'm just going to be placing that literally all over my transition area. So above the crease, in the crease, a tiny bit on the lid. This shade will just make blending so much easier when you come to darker shadows, when you come to adding your shimmer eyeshadow. It just makes blending the edges so much easier once you have this color down. Then I'm going to dip back into my chocolate bar palette and take this shimmery color. I'm not quite sure what to call it. It's quite a light pink, I suppose. Yeah, a light pink shimmery color from the chocolate bar palette. It's called Marzipan, and I'm just going to be placing this all over my mobile lid, tiny bit higher because my crease is quite low, as you can tell, so I'm just going to raise that up and give the illusion of bigger eyelids. And then I'm just going to use this fluffy brush to just blend that out. And as you can see, the transition color that I previously put down has made blending so much easier. And now I'm going to go back into the chocolate bar palette and take this Candid Violet, and it's like a purpley pink with sparkles. But I wasn't blown away by this color, guys. It looks amazing in the palette, and then when you put it on the eyes, it's such a dull color. I was expecting sparkles and, you know, metallic maybe. It's not what I was expecting, but it's a pretty color. It worked for this look. It wasn't too much, I suppose. And now I'm just going to be using a bit of that Marzipan to blend the middle of Candid Violet and Marzipan. Then I'm going to be adding a tiny bit more of Salted Caramel to the edges, just so blending is easier once again. Now I'm going back into the chocolate palette, and I'm going to be taking this dark cool tone brown, and this is called Triple Fudge, and I'm just going to be placing this on the outer V, so right on the corner of my eye and up into my crease, just so it gives it that depth in the corner of the eye. I am blending, guys. I am using a big fluffy brush and blending, and I will add more of the color on top just to make sure that when I blend, it hasn't taken away most of the color payoff. So I added more of the Triple Fudge, and now I'm blending again. And just to add a little bit of sparkle to the eye, I'm going to be taking this MAC glitter in the shade Goldrift. So even though it does look overall like a white glitter in the bottle, the glitter is gold, and it does give a gold feel, I suppose. So I'm just going to be blending that over one half of the eye, and then I'm going to be moving on to the other eye and do the exact same thing. Now moving on to eyeliner, I'm going to be taking this NYC Liquid Liner. I literally heard everyone and their mum rave about this eyeliner, so I decided to pick it up. It was so cheap. I got it in a pack with mascara and eyeliner from eBay for about £2 something. So it was fairly cheap, and I'm blown away. It is amazing. It's black, it's easy, it's not so liquidy that it's hard to control. It's quite a thick liquid, if that makes sense to you. But yeah, so now I'm going to move on to my face. I'm going to start with bronzing. I'm going to be using the City Color Beam Matte Bronzer in the shade Chocolate Truffle. This is a great contour color because it has that cool tone, grey tone, rather than a warm tone bronzer. But now I'm going in with a warm tone bronzer, and this is the Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked Bronzer in the shade Rock on World. It is shimmery, it has a golden tone to it, a golden orange bronzy tone, which I absolutely love. That's exactly what I look for when I look for bronzers. The brush I'm going to be using today is the Sigma F40, the large angled contour brush. It's just my favourite brush to bronze with. Then I'm going to be blending out all the edges of the bronzer just to make sure there's no harsh lines. Then I'm going to be taking some eyelashes. These ones are from wish.com. If you want cheap eyelashes, guys, they do packets of like 5 or 6 for a good £2. These ones are super dramatic. You obviously do not have to go this dramatic, but I have not worn dramatic eyelashes in months, guys, almost probably a year, because I work every day, so obviously you don't really need lashes to work with every day, and if I do wear lashes, they're not as dramatic as these, so I thought, why not go all out? And then I'm taking this shade from the chocolate palette called Cherry Cordial. It's like a dark berry red. Then I'm going to take this blush by Sleek. It's called Rose Gold. It's a dupe for NARS Orgasm, but it's definitely more pigmented. I have used both and it is definitely more pigmented. Then I'm just going to cover that lash band using my NYC Liquid Liner again and go on to contour my nose using this NARS dupe brush. It was about £2 something from eBay and it is amazing, guys. I'll link it below. Then I'm going to be using this MAC Warm Neutral palette and I'm going to be taking Vanilla Extract and placing that under my brow bone. I love this brow bone highlight, guys. It's just the best. And now I'm moving on to lips. I'm taking my Jordana Easy Liner for lips, and this is the shade Terra Kiss. It's like a brown cocoa type of color, and then I'm just gonna apply my lipstick. Today I'm using MAC Cherish. I love this nude, guys. It's like the perfect neutral peach for darker skin. Obviously when you mix it with a liner it becomes slightly darker, and that is just what I want. I love this lip combination so much. Now moving on to highlight. No face is complete without fleeky highlight. This Champagne Pop, I have been so excited to get this, guys. It finally came in from Sephora. I paid £49 for it, £15 delivery. Are you kidding me? But anyway, worth every penny. That glow is phenomenal, amazing, love it. Ugh, I want to put it on right now. The final step, I'm going to be spraying my face with MAC Fix Plus. I have been also loving Smashbox Primer Water, and now I'm just going to take my hair out and do my thing. Thanks for watching, guys.